Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Corey. Corey sent in a general contribution, which I am going to use for this video. Oh, I see this. The label on this is Corey B. It's coincidentally different Corey. Not. This isn't her, so don't think that this is the same Corey. I just noticed it says Corey B up top. I talk a lot about the generations. I talk about, being Gen X, what a raw deal we got, how we were raised, this feral generation that the boomers didn't give fuck all about. We were forced to be adults as children and at the same time never allowed to grow up. And then when we started having kids, we had to have our boomer parents come in and then try to take over raising our children when we didn't want them to. And because of that, you get these type of videos from Gen Z.
It's sad to me how millennials, when it's time for them to live their life, if they want to go out for a weekend, hey mama, can you watch my baby for me?
What? So because you want to go out and party, that becomes our responsibility? No, listen. Our parents went out and partied and they left us alone. They didn't give a shit. Not saying that's what you should do. I'm saying maybe you should, if you want to have kids, maybe you should sacrifice. Or maybe you should think about this before you had the kids in the first place.
A lot of y'all in the Gen X generation, you won't even look out for them. And the sad...
What? How's that on us? Like, how do you we want to know why she has this entitlement? Because the boomers. Because her baby boomer grandmother came in, overrode her mother, I'm sure probably her father's not around, and if he was, he had no fucking say, basically raised her, manipulating the shitting all over her Gen X mother, and now she expects the same from her Gen X mother. Pound sand.
That part to me, Gen X to be like, oh, I don't got time for all of that. I done raised y'all. I want to live my life.
So it's all right for you wanting to go out and party and have a weekend, but not for Gen X who raised you and got you to this point. Okay? The absolute hypocrisy when it comes to the generations and the absolute gaslighting of the Gen X generation by the millennials, by Gen Z, and it's all been perpetuated by the boomers. This is a result of the boomers coming in and destroying our children's lives.
Hey, baby girl, you sound a little upset. Let me help you out a little bit. First of all, we've paid our dues, okay? These your fucking kids. You watch them.
Exactly. We paid our dues. You have no idea. Man, we ran the streets because our parents basically threw us out in the street when the sun came up and they didn't want to see us until the lights came on, if even then. Do you remember when you were kids, Gen X? There used to be commercials, and it used to be on regular TV. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? That's how irresponsible the boomer parents were. That they had to make commercials to remind them. Do you know where your children are? Because they didn't give a shit. Have you seen one of those commercials in 20 years, in the past 20 years? When's the last time? They used to be on every night, on every station, on every regular TV station. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? What? Think about that they had to make those commercials because that's how irresponsible the boomers were. They didn't care about their own children. Who they cared about was their Gen X children's children, because at that point they were bored and had nothing better to do.
If you wanted me to be the type of grandmother to your kids that your grandmother was to y'all, then you probably should have consulted me and waited a little bit longer.
And what baby girl here doesn't understand is what her grandmother, meaning her mother, did was completely undermine her authority as a mother. Completely take over her ability to parent these children, and then give them this sense of entitlement and this sense of superiority over their own parents, where you're going to go and you're going to make a video. I want to go out and party, and you don't want it. You don't want nothing to do with it. You say you got your own life to live. And they don't see the complete and utter hypocrisy in that statement. Complaining that they have a life to live, and then expecting Gen X to give up their life. Oh, my God. And where were the Gen X parents most times when the grandparents were watching them? They were at work. This isn't so. She's not talking about like, I got to work 2 jobs. I'm a single mother. I got this. I got that. No. They're talking about leaving to go have a weekend, to go party, to go look for some fucking dick and attention, and then go have more kids. The same lifestyle that led them to having kids, probably out of wedlock, to the point where before they were ready and before they were able to take care of before they were able to take care of their own children. Having kids too early before you even have the mental maturity to handle the responsibilities of them.
Till it was time for me to actually sit down and not do what the fuck I want to do before you started having them. See, yep. I chose when I had you, and then you chose this thug life for me.
Exactly. This thug life. Because Gen X wasn't out there having all these kids out of wedlock. You didn't see 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old girls having children in high school. You didn't see it. If you saw it, it was a huge scandal. Now it's completely normalized because, hey, I got my Gen X mother who's might be in her late 30s, early 40s, 50s. You watch her. No, baby girl. That's not how this is supposed to work. It's not how this is supposed to go down. We were a completely independent generation by 8 years old. Held to adult standards as children, and then at the same time never allowed to grow up.
I didn't choose it. Okay? Let's not forget that. Second of all, why won't you tell people that your kids is bad as hell? And that's why not only me, but won't nobody watch them.
Exactly. These kids are misbehaved. They're more entitled than, believe it or not, than the millennials or Gen Z is, if that's even freaking possible. Because there is no discipline, and they just want to dump them off on you so they can go out and party. What a future we're going to have. And then they want to blame Gen X.
You so busy out here trying to be a city girl with your coochie pink and your booty hole brown that you ain't teaching these kids no manners and no respect. That's why won't nobody watch your kids. Not a grandmama, a grandpa, an uncle, or auntie. This sound real personal, baby girl. I think you need to go ahead and put your time in like we did. I gotta go. I got a plane to catch with the other grandmothers. We out.
Exactly. Like the nerve of you. You're not talking about, hey, can you watch my kids while I go to work? I got 3 jobs. I'm trying to make ends meet. I'm talking about, I want to go out and party, and you won't watch my badass Bebe kids. Bebe kids. We don't want, if you don't know the cartoon Bebe, you don't know Bebe kids, look it up. It's Bebe kids. And then they want Gen X to take responsibility for Bebe kids. And who created Bebe kids? Who created this? The boomers. Why? Because the boomers made us be adults as children, never allowed us to grow up, and then tried to take over the parenting of our own children. And taught them this type of entitlement, this type of disrespect. That you're better than your own parents. You're smarter than them. This is what they taught them. And they learned it through action by watching their boomer grandparents undermine their own parents, put the grandchildren on a pedestal that they had no business being on, and this is what you get. complaining on the internet that your Gen X mother, aunties, whoever, don't want to take responsibility for watching your kids because they have a life to lead, but you're going to complain that they're not letting you live your life. I mean, fucking bizarro world. It's bizarro world. No. At 50 years old, I don't want to be responsible for Bebe's kids. Go call your boomer grandmother. Go call your boomer grandmother, because she's who created this in the first place. So, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you, Corey, for another contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this with someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. Follow me on Twitter and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.